Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to what? Like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel, okay you guys? Now you see that right there? That's an arm, and that ain't my arm, okay? So what does that mean? That I have a special guest today. So, welcome, introduce yourself.
My name is Pernell Jones. Most people know me as PJ though.
All right. So I actually went to high school with him. Did we go to middle school together? You went to Bates?
I did. I think I'm a year older, right?
Yeah.
So if we did, did you go to Bates?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, so we just went to high school together. Yep, and then we've just been following each other on social media and stuff like that. And I feel like I make a lot of connections like that, or I just maintain connections like that. I'm like a pretty outgoing person, you know? So a lot of times people are like, oh, how do you know this person? And I'm just like, oh, I've been following them on Facebook for a year and we linked up or whatever. So that's pretty much the case. We did know each other before. But then, you know, he's always supportive on Facebook and stuff like that. So I guess that's how we've maintained like a connection, right? So recently, PJ, is that what you want us to?
Yeah,
okay. Yep, recently PJ reached out to me and he wanted to kind of discuss his I guess like transformation, you could say.
Yeah.
With his whole weight loss journey. And I was like, that's literally perfect, because I don't know if you guys, for my new people, I don't know if you guys have checked out some of my older videos, but I've done videos in the past where I basically had like a lot of person-to-person interviews, you know? And so I would let people like give their input on things. I would let people tell their stories about things. And I kind of got away from that for a few different reasons. Not ever because I didn't like it, but just for other reasons. But anyway, I'm happy to bring that back. So today I'm going to leave it up to PJ and he is going to tell us his story. So I guess we can start off with like, how do you think your obesity and your weight gain started? Like, was it hereditary? Was it something that ran in your family? Or was it more like, you know, was it like an emotional problem that caused you to eat? Like, what started it?
I think initially it started off just as a parents just not really knowing, anything about nutrition. You know, growing up the way we grew up, it wasn't one of those things where it was like a big thing. You ate what you ate and it was just what it is. And I think it just stuck to me compared to other kids in the neighborhood. And then what kind of made it worse was as I got older, my brother got killed when I was 20. And that's when I sat in the house, I ate all day, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And then over time, it just really just caught up to me, and it was rough. It was rough.
I see. Yeah, I definitely do feel like when you have things that impact you in that manner, like mentally or emotionally, I feel like people do one of two things. Either they start to binge and they start to like, you know, satisfy or reduce those like emotional issues with food, or they find other vices, right? Like whether it be food, whether it be sex, whether it be gambling, whether it be drugs. That's usually what ends up happening. So once you started to realize that, how did it impact you? Like, were you a victim of bullying?
I think as a kid, always being like the heavyset kid, you kind of, you like the butt of everybody's joke. So, and physically, it was more so, I had headaches every day, back pains, knee pains. I couldn't tie my own shoe. I was in a 6X shirt, 4X pants. It was just crazy. Like physically, it was rough on me. So that's why I feel good now, because it ain't too bad.
Wow, that's crazy. So what do you think sparked the headaches?
I think just from eating just bad. I probably had high blood pressure at that time. I didn't know until like 2017. And my brother got killed in 2012. So I had headaches prior to that, but it got really bad after that situation.
I see. So did you ever find like another way to deal with your trauma after the loss of your brother? Did you work on other mechanisms to kind of deal with that?
Honestly, no. I kind of stuck with it up until like 2018. that's when I really just got tired. You know, coaching ball, and I realized it was so much that I couldn't do.
All right, so you were saying that you realized that like you couldn't do a lot of things like play ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was this. I had an assistant coach that I pretty much, he was there to do all the dirty work. Like, I can do all the strategic stuff. I can point kids in the right direction, but physically not being able to do any kind of movements hurt. It hurt. Like, people thinking I'm sitting down all practice just to observe, but I physically couldn't do anything. Couldn't run, couldn't jump. If I wasn't standing still or sitting down, I just couldn't physically do it. So that was one of the moments where I was like, all right, something gotta give.
Yeah. So I have a question. Like, I don't think I have ever, well, I know I haven't ever struggled with like weight issues, right? But one thing about me, I hate exercise.
Right.
So when you decided to go on your weight loss journey, did you ever have an issue with exercise, or was it just that it was hard for you to do it? Did you like not like exercise, or?
I hated the treadmill. Exercise in general was cool because I just kind of stopped complicating it, because exercise is just movement. So I just pretty much sports. Once I was able to play sports again, I started playing sports again. Believe it or not, the hardest part was the diet.
Yeah.
Was changing your eating habits.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
I think that's what gets people. But the crazy thing is, I have good eating habits, but I hate exercise. Like, I hate exercise, and I don't know. I'm trying to work on it, y'all. But anyway, so once you realized and you started to make your lifestyle changes, how did you start? Did you start with the diet, or did you start with exercise?
A diet.
Okay.
Pretty much September 1st. September 1st, 2018. I told myself in August that September 1st, 2018, I'm gonna change my eating habits completely. So I did whatever I wanted for that month of August, and then once it hit September 1st, I completely just shifted it. I had no clue what to eat though. Had no clue what to eat. I just pretty much stopped eating what I knew was bad, and just was like, all right, let me just try this and just try that. And so within that first maybe like 4 or 5 months, I lost like 40 pounds just because I changed my diet. Didn't work out until like November.
So what did you cut out of your diet? Was it like any specific things like sodas,
Yes.
chips?
I stopped drinking my calories.
Okay.
Because I pretty much, it was all water, Crystal Light, which is like 10 calories. But as far as like high sugary drinks, I cut that out. Snack foods like cakes and pies and candy, just sweets in general, like all that stuff had to go.
What'd you do with your meals, like your general like dinners, breakfast? Did you do any replacements there, or did you just start with just the soda and junk food?
Just started with the soda and junk food, and I stopped frying everything. I stopped frying everything. An air fryer was my best friend in the midst of that journey. Meal prep, so my breakfast was simple: 2 pieces of toast, eggs, fat-free cheese, or just mozzarella cheese, part skim, something like that. Lunch was normally either broccoli, rice and ground turkey, or mixed veggies, rice and ground turkey. It was just rather simple.
Yeah, I feel you. So after you made the diet change, then it was on to, I imagine, the physical and the lifestyle, right? So one thing that I think that people don't realize, which I'm gonna touch on this later because I want you to give us some input. I'm gonna make a video about this too. I feel like people don't realize that a lot of your habits have to do with you not living a balanced, well-rounded lifestyle, right? So like a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety, da da da. Now, granted, those things can come from different, issues, right?
Correct.
But I feel like a lot of times if you like exercise more, that can help with depression and anxiety. If you have a routine where it's like you have to stick to certain things, your mind is like, I'm gonna get up and do this, I have to do this. You got that discipline, right? I feel like that cuts a lot of your anxiety and stress and depression as well, right? So when you embarked on this journey and now you want to do the physical aspect, what lifestyle changes did you make? Did you get like more spiritual? Did you start maybe going to church? Did you have like a friend that you made a point to link up with more? Did you increase your social life? Like, what did you do lifestyle wise to help with this journey?
I definitely read my Bible more. Yeah, I definitely read my Bible more, like a lot more. Just I figured, like, in the midst of that journey, just being heavy, and still grieving the loss of my brother, I tried everything. I tried everything, but that was like the only thing that really worked. So that was like a huge part of my journey, was just making sure I read my Bible more, pray before working out, eat, whatever I got to do just to make sure I'm staying grounded. So.
Right. So, were there any other lifestyle changes that you made in order to kind of like keep yourself on track, right? Like, did you, or maybe that's just something that I feel, right? Did you feel like, okay, getting out more with friends will help me on my weight loss journey? Or did you feel like maybe going back to school and making sure that your career is where you want it to be, or getting a trade or getting a certificate, or just getting the job that you wanted will help you out? Or did you feel like maybe gardening or like, I don't know, volunteering, something like that would have helped you at all?
I didn't do nothing specific outside of like reading my Bible. Like once I was able to physically move more, coaching basketball like became it was always a priority, but it really became one at that point because I was physically able to do more.
Right.
And it's probably been over 10 years since I was able to do as much as I am now. So around that time, basketball was so important. It's so important. We got 30 to 40 kids running around the gym at the same time, and the kids won't let you sit down. The kids won't let you sit down. So that was I wouldn't say like a lifestyle change, but it definitely like just became more part of my life at that time because I was physically able to do more.
Okay. So did you have any type of surgery to assist with your weight loss, or was it just all like changing diet, changing lifestyle, prayer, like just your hard work physically?
And at that time, it was just me working out. I lost 80 pounds on my own. And then the pandemic hit and just, out of boredom doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. But then December 28th, 2021, that's when I decided to have weight loss surgery.
Okay, so what type of surgery did you have?
I had the gastric sleeve.
The gastric sleeve?
Yeah, so it's pretty much where they take a percentage of your stomach out.
Wow. So how does that work? Does it make you like not be hungry as often?
You get full faster, but it's dependent on the person, honestly. So what if I get full fast doesn't necessarily mean the next person will, or in most cases, if a female got it done, they tend to never really be able to eat more compared to me. Like I'd be 8 months out on the 28th,
Nice.
8 months post-op, and I'm able to eat a pretty decent amount, but listen to your stomach.
So what happens if you overeat after the surgery?
It's this thing called it's called dumping syndrome. It's just disgusting. It's your stomach start hurting and
You vomit?
Yeah. I never had it personally, thank God, because I listen. But I've known people that have went through it before, and it sucks. And it's something that definitely can be deadly if you don't watch it. Yeah, it can be fatal.
Wow, so it's not like a temporary, like a cold or something. It's something that like...
It happens, and it may not even happen the same day that you actually overeat. It can happen a day or so later, but it could be fatal. That's why it's important to listen to your surgeon when it comes to stuff like that.
Wow. So what would you say about surgery, like weight loss surgery? So for people that are watching that may want to lose weight and they're considering surgery, but then again, they're considering doing the all natural route, what would you suggest? Like, what made you decide to, after attempting the first time, then go and get surgery?
I was getting older. I just understand the older we get, the harder it is when it comes to like weight loss and stuff like that. And I just wanted to change the quality of my life. Like I got tired. Like living a certain way, being heavy set, it's tiring. A lot of people don't understand like the mental aspect of it. It sucks. Like don't let people fool you to think being obese is fun. And not everybody that's obese has health issues. I was fortunate enough for that, but it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Your quality of life definitely changes once you decide to change it. And don't allow people to tell you that surgery is some type of cop out. It's a tool, and just like any other tool you use, if you don't use it properly, it doesn't work.
Right.
So don't let people tell you that it's some type of cop out. It changed my life, and I'd do it again, despite the first couple months being trash. But I would definitely do it again. I would definitely.
Yeah,
do it again.
because even with surgery, you still have to maintain your results, right? So it's like, I know a lot of people say like just do it the healthy way, but I feel like that's a struggle in itself when it comes to losing and gaining weight, is that it's very up and down, up and down, up and down, you know? And that's a lot of an issue with women in general. Like I've seen so many women that I follow on different platforms, maybe after having kids, they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get on this journey and I lost 20 pounds. And then quickly, within the next 2 months, like you said, the pandemic or just being stressed or depressed, they gain it right back.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot of people's issue, is just the fluctuation up and down in your weight. So I definitely understand that, and I definitely do feel like that is a task. You know, you have to maintain it. You can't just get the surgery and be like, oh, boom, I'm good forever. Like it's definitely,
It doesn't work like that at all. You
Right.
gotta work. You gotta work. Like it's still a battle every day, because a lot of people don't necessarily change the eating habits prior to the surgery. So it's an uphill battle, because you're trying to change things because you're being forced to change it at this point, because the surgery, your body will reject a lot of things. So it's definitely, I recommend it for people if they struggle with weight, and especially if they're like morbid obese and they struggle with weight and they feel as though that it's harder to do it on them. So I definitely recommend it for people. And I also recommend if you give it a shot on your own too, because
Right.
at the end of the day, it's a sense of pride some of us have when you try to accomplish such a goal without the surgery. But with it, doesn't make that goal any less of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it, because my thing is I'm 20 pounds away from being 200 pounds down since 2018.
wow.
And I am excited.
Where
I'm
did you
excited.
start at? What was your absolute heaviest?
462 pounds.
Wow.
I'm
And
at-
you're almost 200.
Yeah, I'm at 280.
That is crazy. That's an amazing stride. So you should definitely be proud of yourself. And you definitely look great.
I appreciate
I have noticed on social media, like I feel like you were always confident, honestly. I always felt like you were confident. And you always like put yourself together, you always dress nice. But I have totally noticed the newfound confidence. Like he's always making TikToks, always smiling, always happy, and I just love that for you. Like one of the topics that I cover on my channel is like under healing, but it encompasses like evolution, growth, self-improvement in many ways. And I love to see people make changes for the best and just become their best self. You know what I mean? Like whether that be mentally, whether that be physically, emotionally, like we all have struggles, literally. And I just love to see people take accountability and actually like pinpoint it, because like you said, you're getting older, right? We're getting older, we're not getting any younger. And if we don't pinpoint our issues today, that's going to be our issues for tomorrow.
Okay.
And so I just love that you took accountability, you took hold of your life, you said, look, something's got to change, and you stuck with it. Like that's such an inspiration. And I was telling PJ, he actually has a YouTube channel, but he hasn't posted yet. But you guys, comment below, wouldn't you love to see his journey? Like I'm telling you, that's such a great like topic to discuss. That's such a great channel to like center your content. Well, it's such a great thing to center your channel's content around. I think a lot of people would enjoy that, because it's such an inspiration. Even if you're not looking to lose weight, just to see other people like stick to something and better themselves is just such an amazing thing. So you should definitely be proud of yourself. So moving forward, one thing I really want to know is, since you are a young black man, right? And obesity plagues a lot of communities, but definitely the African American community. Young boys, young girls, and I'm starting to notice now, part of it I do think is because of hormones in the food, right? Like I really feel like America, I don't care how healthy you try to be, like, this food is off the chain, right? So part of it is the hormones, but part of it I think is also just bad choices and bad habits. Like, you leaving, I even remember myself in high school, you leaving out the house in the morning eating chips, you literally coming home eating some type of snack, like you said, all the sweets, the Debbie cakes, the donuts, the candy. Can you believe in high school we used to go buy candy, like Skittles, Starburst, just to eat? Like, I can't imagine. Yes. Like, what was wrong with us? So not only are you getting like all that sugar, but you're getting the fat, you getting the food dye. It's just horrible. So like, what advice would you give to the young Black community that is slowly but surely becoming obese?
This would be like a just something for the parents. If you got a kid that you know that's like a little bit on the heavier side right now at their age, just start substituting stuff out. You can't. I understand you ain't gonna want to go cold turkey, but start substituting stuff out. You know, rather than giving them fried food, give them some baked or grilled food. Try and find some type of substitute for the snack stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there that's healthier options. Yeah, it costs more, unfortunately, but there's some healthier options out there. It's just trial and error. It's just trial and error. Like, you don't want to get to a point where your kid is over 400 pounds but still in high school, you know, and he doesn't play a sport and all this, because there's a lot of mental health issues that comes with being overweight. It's a lot to it, you know, from your peers,
just your self-confidence in general.
It's a rough one. It's a rough one because even though you said I was confident, I never was confident. I was if it was confidence, it was in video games. I was good at Madden, or it was sports because of basketball and football, or even coaching in general. But as far as like just as a confident individual, that just never was my thing. I can honestly tell people that I dislike myself. Like, I really dislike myself. I used to walk past a mirror and be in total disgust. Of how I look now. I can't stay out of it. But at that point,
that's
a
great thing, though. Honestly, I definitely think that we have to monitor our kids' eating habits a lot more. I mean, you just can't give them everything that they want. I understand that it's difficult. I understand, because, you know, we were kids too. We wanted those like Doritos or juices or whatever, but just try, like he said, and substitute. You know, give your kids water. Let them get used to not having juice and soda, because that becomes an addiction. Like, after a while, if you keep giving your kids that, they're not gonna want anything else. They're not gonna know how to. Bruh, these people were literally so loud and rude. They saw us trying to record and they just kept getting closer and louder. Like, so freaking annoying. I ended up having to say something to them, unfortunately. They're not gonna want anything else. They're not gonna know anything else. And it's hard to break kids out of like bad habits, you know, and then they take that into adulthood, which makes it even worse. So yeah, definitely, you guys, work with your kids, stop it at a young age, get out, get active, family go on walks, family go on runs. Like, just try and really start at a young age and nip it in the bud, because the Black community, we need us, okay? Like, we need us to be living long, healthy lives, thriving, succeeding, and we can't do that when our kids are obese, when we are obese, and we can't live like we need to, you know. And you luckily didn't have health issues like you said, but so many people have like diabetes, they have heart disease. Like, literally, Black people top the charts for all of those different diseases, you know. And even a lot more young people are having heart attacks and just like really serious health scares, and that's not good. So we definitely need to be more aware and conscious. If you are watching this and you are struggling with obesity, I would say it's never too late to start, right? And build your confidence. It has to be a you thing. It's not something that someone else can push you to do. It has to be a you thing. So build your confidence up enough to want that for you. As you can see, look at how much happier he is. He's thriving, like living an amazing life. So do it for you, you know? Don't do it for other people or whatever else. Just, you know, do it because you want to live your best life. Like, life is short, you guys. We only get maybe 80 to 100 years here, and that's not long, and you don't want to spend any amount of time suffering where you don't have to.
I agree. I agree. And I just look at it like this. If anybody, my name on Facebook is Purnell Jones. Purnell, last name Jones.
I'll put it at the bottom of the screen.
That's a bet. So simply, if people got questions, I don't mind answering questions. If you overweight, you want to take a walk, I don't care if we can do that and chop it up. Because my thing about it is, though, I know how it feels to lack self-confidence due to your weight. I understand how it feels to just feel like crap every day. Like waking up, having a headache, or struggling getting out of the bed, not being able to tie your own shoe, mentally being jacked up because you hate yourself so much that you think nobody wants you, or you don't think you this, or you don't think you that. Don't ever allow yourself to get into such a dark place. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. And just love yourself. Just love yourself. Like, I think I was saying to myself maybe a couple weeks ago, it was like, man, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. And it's probably the happiest I've been in my life. Like, I feel great. I look good. I'm doing TikToks. Being able to run, jump, skip again, and just all around, just a different glow to me.
So did you have an accountability partner at all throughout your journey? Because I know for me, when it comes to exercise, like, it's so much easier when I have an accountability partner. So did you have like family supporting you? Did you have friends supporting you? Or was it like just you?
Everybody supported me, but I wouldn't necessarily say they really held me accountable, because nobody had to.
Yeah.
Nobody had to, because I wanted it.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted it.
And that's what I was saying. Like, you have to want it for yourself. It's kind of like addiction. Like, you know how they say, like, drug addiction? You have to want out of it yourself. Like, not any person in the world can push you to do it. Do you think it's similar to that? Like, this is just...
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you just gotta want to be better. Like, every decision that you make when it comes to this weight loss journey has to be for yourself. It has to be for yourself. Like, even if you got, like, I know most people say, you know, it's because they want to be around their kids. Like, yeah, but that's a decision that you got to make for yourself. Like, if you want to be around your kid, then, you know, get it together.
Yeah.
In my case, well, I just wanted the quality of my life change. That's all I really wanted. I got tired of looking at the person who I was. It was all around just a tough one. But now, I'm a beast.
And you just gonna keep on getting better.
Yeah, we're gonna keep dominating just every day. I kind of look at it like sports in general. Just try to be competitive with it, and not complicate it.
Yeah, but that was a good point that you made when I said like exercising. You were like, exercise is just moving. That's a good point. Like, you're not complicating it, because for me, I feel like whenever I actually step out and try to like exercise, I'm always like so hard on myself. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta like get these abs, and I gotta like tone this, and I gotta do this many sit-ups, and I gotta do, and I feel like that's what pushes me away from it, because I'm not just moving. Like, I'm not just like, oh, let me go take a run as long as I'm moving. I'm like, oh, gotta have abs by next week and stuff like that. So that's a good point that you make too, for people like starting out, or people, you know, that don't really know how to get in that routine. Like, just move. Some type of movement, walking, whatever it is, it helps.
Yeah, have fun with it. Like, I got a Wii in the house. I got the Michael Jackson game. I got like 3 or 4 Just Dance games. Anybody that know me know I like sports. You know, I love basketball and football, so just just have fun with it. You ain't even got to complicate it. Me and my nieces and nephews and my brother, used to play kickball. Like, you don't got to complicate it. Exercise is just movement. Have fun with it. If you got kids, just run around with them. Not 80% of the whole weight loss journey is your diet anyway. So you can work out all you want, but it's a quote that I heard years back, and it stick with me. You can't outwork a bad diet. So no matter how many times you work out, if your diet trash, then you just nothing will change. So just don't complicate it. Have fun with it. Enjoy the whole process of it all. Because I'm literally, well, after the first 3 months, of course, I'm literally enjoying every step of the way, because every day I feel as though I'm getting better, I'm getting stronger, more confident, it's like a certain glow to me.
Yep.
I'm dancing on TikTok. I don't do that.
So is there anything that you're looking forward to in particular now that you've lost a lot of weight? I know some people say like, oh, I always wanted to fit in a seat on a plane, so I'm going to take a vacation. Or, oh, I always loved roller coasters, but I was over the weight limit, so I'm going to go to an amusement park. Is there anything in particular that you feel like held you back when you were overweight that now you're like, I'm so excited to do this?
Honestly, I'm so like simple. I'd be excited about the most simplest things. Like for example, yesterday I was sitting in a chair at work, and my arms was on the armrest. I'm like, yo, I can fit in a chair properly. Or as simple as tying my shoe without
Yeah.
hurting. So all those little off-scale things are so exciting to me. Like it's nothing I'm scared of heights. But so it's nothing really crazy that I ever wanted to do. Like the simple things that I couldn't do in life that I took for granted that I'm forever grateful for. Just being able to tie my shoe, being able to get out of bed without being in pain, not having a headache every day.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it was rough. I had my best friend. I told her when I told her that I had headaches every day, she was like, I wouldn't have known. I didn't make like a fuss about it, but I literally had a headache every single day.
That's crazy. Yeah, I can imagine that a lot goes into that. Like you said, just the mental part, you know. I think that a lot of times we overlook that, especially on those shows like My Whatever Pound Life and stuff, where people are quick to say like, oh, they're just lazy, or oh, da da da, and it's like we forget about like the mental side of it. Like I personally could not imagine waking up every day and being physically in pain, or waking up every day and not liking myself. I feel like that's the type of stuff that people probably can't share.
Right.
Because like you said, your friend didn't even know you were dealing with that. But it's something that you're fighting mentally every day, and you're trying to make those changes all at the same time. Like that's so hard. And it's within. It's not something that someone can really change for you,
Right.
you know?
And I think at that time, mental health wasn't such like a big open discussion. So having anxiety or struggling with depression wasn't really something that you talked about.
Yeah.
You just kind of just dealt with it and just went day to day with it. So now being open and transparent about it all, and just trying to let people know that it's congruent. Weight loss and mental health goes hand in hand. Like
Yep.
being physically unhealthy and mentally unhealthy, it's rough. Like it's rough. It's like legit a battle every day. So I just encourage anybody that if you struggling with your mental health due to your physical health, go see a therapist.
Yeah.
I talk to a therapist every other Tuesday, and I think it definitely is. It's helped with this journey for the most part to kind of keep me afloat. You know, not struggling with severe anxiety. Depression is gone. That's dead. We don't even like that word.
Yes, I love that for you.
But as far as, anxiety off of little things, but nothing severe.
I think we all have anxiety.
Yeah.
Like this world is so ghetto.
It is,
child.
though.
If you're an adult, you got anxiety.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's rough out. It's rough out.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you, honestly. It's something about people like doing good that it just makes my heart smile, man. Especially black people, because we literally like we've come from so much, and just to see us like realize our worth and like do better, it's just amazing. So you've inspired me, and I'm sure you've inspired many. And I love, then you say you go to a therapist. Like this dude is top tier, okay, ladies? Top tier, okay? I love that, because you're literally making changes for your physical, for your mental, and then even your emotional. Like you are becoming such a whole person, and I love that. Like that goes back to being well-rounded. I really feel like a lot of times as adults we neglect big parts of our lives that make us whole. You know what I mean? Like if you just gonna be fit as hell but neglect your mental, you're not really whole. If you're just gonna be a great wife and mother, but you're not gonna ever hang out with your girlfriends and have that companionship, you're not whole. If you're gonna be the top of the line at your job, CEO, but you're not tending to your kids, you're not whole, you know? So we really do have to start looking at like trying our best to make our life be full circle. Really try and be the best us. And even if that means taking off a year or 2 years or 6 months at a time just to get yourself right, that's so important. Like, fall back and just get you right, so that when you step back out there, you can be the best you ever. I remember I did that as far as like healing. I did that like probably 2 or 3 times where I just stepped back from everyone. I was like, look, girl, you got to figure out this childhood trauma. And I literally had to like sit myself down. I was reading things. I was watching so many documentaries and like vlogs and watching therapists online, and went to therapy. And it's just like, I had to break those things down for myself, because I realized how they were affecting me. They were affecting some of my relationships. I needed to understand that, you know? And then I came back as a better person. Now, no one's perfect. I still probably have some healing to do, but I see the huge difference. You know what I mean? I can really see it now in my interactions and how I react to things even. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, do you have anything else to say? Look, now that we're about to conclude,
Finally.
Jabberjaws then left.
Yeah, they had a lit family.
Bruh.
They was arguing about sunscreen.
But I feel like that wife was like, because even when I had turned around to like talk to her, she was kind of like mugging. So
Yeah, they didn't. It's like they kept getting closer.
yeah, like they kept getting louder too.
You know what I mean? I ain't gonna cuss on YouTube, but they it's like they kept getting closer. Like they started off over there by the playground, and then we came over
here purposefully.
And it's like, yo, come on, bro.
People don't be having no regard for others.
But if you struggle with mental health issues, just go get the help you need. And also with weight loss, understand it's a process. Understand that everybody's different. My journey and your journey won't be the same. Yeah. You know, so I always just say, just go for it. Just have fun with it. You know, love yourself. Definitely love yourself. That's
or
a big
nobody
thing.
else
Yeah,
will.
love yourself, because hating yourself is just not the way to be. You know, it's not the way to be. So
yeah.
I hope everybody.
Look at that butterfly. That is so.
And you know what's so cool
crazy.
about the butterfly, right? I made a analogy of me being a butterfly.
That is
right?
so crazy.
And what's so cool about that analogy? I think I would say I'm gonna say this before we go. The past 10 years of my life, I've been in a cocoon, right?
Wow.
Been in a cocoon. My brother getting killed, struggling with heartbreak or mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. And then this past year, I'm a butterfly now.
He done blossomed, y'all. That was so beautiful. I wish I could have caught it on camera, but I didn't want to like turn it and stuff. But a beautiful monarch butterfly literally flew right in and did a circle and flew right back out next to us. If that wasn't God, the butterfly has blossomed. That is so awesome, you guys. I really enjoyed this interview. So sorry if it was noisy, but we can always resume another time. I was thinking, since we came out here early, that it would be like this.
But no, they was out here on the playground. They brought the whole family
out here. They came out here for a good 30 minutes, screamed as loud as they could, and then left.
Little homie could have just ran around on the baseball field. But it's cool.
Yep, we're not going to sweat the small stuff. It's a beautiful Saturday in the Navy. So, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please, please, please comment below and ask PJ if you have any questions about anything. Comment below. Cheer him on. Let him know that he's doing a great job. Comment if you've ever struggled with obesity or like mental health challenges in your lifetime. And PJ, let's get this dag on YouTube rolling.
I got you.
What's your name on YouTube?
I'll make sure once you post it, I'll put the link down. I need to get it off. I think it's Coach PJ Fitness and Nutrition or something like that.
Okay.
But I'll make sure I got you.
Yes, because look, easy peasy. Start off with your intro, introducing yourself, why you're here. Your next video could be, like I said, like how we started this, what sparked the obesity. Go through that whole video, how you recovered and healed from that. Then the next one could be, stepping out there, right? 5 steps on how to get started.
Yeah.
Next one, changes a diet. Next thing you know, you showing us how you meal prep. Next thing you know, you dancing. Okay, so
TikTok
yeah.
Jones is what they call me.
TikTok Jones. I just gave you a few ideas, so we
You
need
did.
to see
That was
it.
awesome, and I appreciate that. You know?
All right, well, look, Jones for life.
You already.
All right, you guys, see you next time. Yeah, y'all, this video about to be so noisy, but hopefully y'all are capturing. Strain your ears and
Right.
capture the
Throw your
information.
AirPods in or play it on a speaker or something.
But that's great, though. I'm really proud of you. But I'm really proud of you. And
You gotta keep that there.
blooper. Hold on.
Busy day, YouTube.
Right. Kids, y'all, I'm sweating. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's hot and
We really don't have any other place to move because people are super loud in the background. But anyway, why do I feel like she's getting louder?
I know, right? They trying this one too.
Right.